I'm Molly Pesci, and this is Barnes & Noble Tagged. Are your New Year's resolutions lying as flat as old champagne? Well, this will bring the bubbly back into your life. Gary Vaynerchuck, who first visited Tagged with his book 101 Wines, guaranteed to inspire, delight, and bring thunder to your world, is here to keep the thunder rolling. This time it's about making your passions profitable with Crush It. Gary Vaynerchuk started behind the cash register at his Russian immigrant parents' liquor store. As a teenager, tasting wine was legally impossible, so Gary set out to train his palate to distinguish tastes with foods and the occasional earthy flavors of grass and dirt. With a wealth of knowledge and an entrepreneurial spirit, Gary spent every weekend of his college years at his parents' store, rebranding the family business as Wine Library. Within a 5-year period, Wine Library grew from a $4 million business to a $45 million business. But what really made Gary a phenomenon is his video blog, WineLibraryTV.com, that has a viewership of over 80,000 people a day. This all made way for his first book, 101 Wines, guaranteed to inspire, delight, and bring thunder to your world. Combining his passion for wine and his use of social media has made Gary a sought-after business guru, and he is here with us to tell us how you can do it too with his book, Crush It. Gary Vaynerchuk, you've been tagged. Thanks so much for coming back.
It's great to be back. Thanks for having me again.
All right. Wine aficionado to the sommelier of social networking. How did this come to pass?
You know, it was kind of what I was doing all along. I mean, if you look back at how I got to be known as a wine guy in the first place, it wasn't because I was buying TV commercials or newspaper ads. I was in the trenches of the Facebooks and Twitters of their time, which would either have been MySpace or forums or wine blogs. And so how did it happen? I lived it. It's what I do. It's the process of building that wine brand that got me to this. This is really kind of, it's like a prequel. I'm like Star Wars up in here. You know, this is what I did to get to that.
And you're really saying in this book that anybody can make that happen. I mean, because you have been tremendously successful with your business.
Everybody has a shot too. You know, I don't think everybody wants to be the Oprah of. What I see this all becoming is the Sally Jesse Raphael, Ricky Lake Geraldo of. I think there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna hit singles and doubles, not just home runs. I think, you know, I've been blessed with certain DNA and talents that allow me to kind of win this game maybe in a big level. What I love is that somebody watching right now, if they have a massive passion for gardening, that they can make $40,000 a year. Does that mean they can retire? Well, depending on what they make, yes or no. But the fact that we all have a shot, that's a big deal.
Let's talk about Crush It. Give us the overview of what it really is about.
That media in our society has changed. That it's not just television, newspaper, and radio anymore, that we have a platform, it's the internet. See, everybody gets caught up in the fanciness of Facebook or Twitter. That's stupid, what's this tweets? They don't, you know, they're getting caught up in the details. It's the overriding aspect of, oh my God, for $0, not 1,000, $0, you can create, distribute, and now because of things like Facebook and Twitter, create advertising and word of mouth around any content you desire. If you love the Smurfs, if you love pizza, if you love coffee or yoga, running, rock climbing, you know, anything in the world is now in play because there's a trillion niches that need to be filled, and there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna win. It's not gonna be 2 or 3 winners. It's gonna be 900 big winners.
Yeah.
40,000 big winners. 100, 900,000 really good. I mean, there's a lot of winners in this game because there's not 57 channels. There's not 17 magazines, and that's a big change.
Let's say you're sitting here and you're watching this. Where do you start? What is the first social networking thing? If you have never pursued it, what do you need to do?
And you don't even need to buy the book, though I'd love it. But I mean, you really don't. There's a site, a bunch of you haven't heard about this site yet. It's called Google. Google.com.
I'm hitting him for all of you.
But here's what's crazy about this. If you go to Google right now and type in, what is a social network? How do I start a blog? How do I upload a video? The amount of information at our fingertips for $0 is insane. People think of it too big. I understand, it's intimidating as heck. You know, I'm leaving Fortune 500 companies every day with our consulting and their heads are spinning too. So it's not just somebody who hasn't been in business. This is culture shift. This is big. But the fact that you can go to Google or YouTube is very sneaky because YouTube's video, so you can get video tutorials, which for a lot of people visually is much easier to learn. The fact that you can type these things, basically you're starting a blog. That's what you're basically doing if you kind of follow where I'm going. You're creating a home that you can communicate to the world. And then using Twitter and Facebook and all these other things, really what you're doing is you're going out and you're going to mixers and networking events and cocktail parties, but ultimately what you're trying to do is bring them back to this place where you're speaking to the world on hopefully a daily basis.
Wow. All right, well, it's powerful stuff. The book is called Crush It, and the world is changing, Gary.
Yes, it is.
It's changing right before our eyes. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Here's a tagged close-up. New photographers who have gotten right to the heart of their subjects. A kind of Valentine, only found in the most unexpected places. Focus, Love, Your World, Your Images is the first book in a brand new photographic series, shot mostly by amateurs about seeing the world from a brand new perspective. Most beginners are spurred by love for their craft, so what subject could be more fitting for the first entry into this series than the symbol of love, the heart? Through their snapshots, these artists in training have found hearts everywhere. Focus Love brings a fresh look from newcomers who have done what photographers have done for decades, finding the extraordinary in the ordinary. And that's my tagged close-up. Every week, we take a look at the new offerings in the world of books, and listen up. This is a special preview of the hot books on the horizon. Dolling it up at number 5 is Poor Little Bitch Girl from Jackie Collins. Miss Collins once again brings us the sexy, somewhat seamy side of Hollywood glamour when a movie star mother is found dead in her bedroom. A triangle of bodacious ladies finds themselves thrown together in a stew of secrets from their past. Love and pasta fill the air at number 4 with Brava Valentine, the sequel to Adriana Trigiani's Very Valentine. We continue to follow the life of Valentine Rincali as she navigates romance, shoe designs, and her boisterous Italian-American family. Deceptively delicious at number 3 is Sweet Little Lies, the second in the LA Candy series from reality TV star turned author Lauren Conrad. Conrad continues to tap her MTV The Hills experience to fuel her second novel of wannabe stars in the fictional LA Candy TV series. A snowy escape at number 2 is Winter Garden. Kristen Hanna follows up her recent bestseller, Firefly Lane, with another story that will tug at your heartstrings. This time, a beloved father dies, and 2 distant sisters must come together to care for their mother, who has a secret she can no longer bear. The truth comes out in my number 1 tag, Secrets of Eden by Chris Bajalian, best-selling author of Midwives and the Barnes & Noble Recommend selection, The Double Bind. This time, an apparent murder-suicide of a married couple in his parish rocks the world of Reverend Stephen Drew. Dealing with the orphan daughter adds to the plot twists and the heart-wrenching discoveries. And those are my top tags for this week. Thanks to Gary Vaynerchuck, we all know how important social networking is. If you want to find out what's going on at the Barnes & Noble studio, go to twitter.com/BNstudio. Thanks for watching. Barnes & Noble, tag.